Hi, I'm Brandon, and welcome back for another movie review. My special guest is once again Ben Metcalf. You're probably used to seeing him by this point. We've been doing a
Probably.
lot of these videos, so he's almost like a mainstay here on this channel. But he has his own channel called 3 Minute Horror Reviews, so be sure to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
And we've done all the Friday the 13th movies up till Jason X. Now we're on to the remake.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What did you think of this?
I thought it was. So I'll tell you my final statement right up front. Uh, I think that this would have been a very serviceable 2010 slasher if you removed the Friday the 13th skin from it.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think that it was a Friday the 13th movie, but I thought it was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, I find that too. But in saying that, I kind of found it disappointing that that's kind of it's like, yeah, that was good. It's like I didn't want something that was
Yeah.
passable. I wanted something that was just, wow, that was fucking cool. And
Yeah.
it seems like they were trying to go back to their roots. And that's the thing. I don't know if you hear it so much like now, but over the last say decade or decade and a half, you hear about that like this takes the series back to its roots. Kind of
Hmm.
like it got too ridiculous. We're going back to what it used to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I think that's a mistake. It's
Yeah.
basically sucking the fun out of it and then just leaving it with the bare bones. They did that with movies like
The Nightmare on Elm Street one.
The Nightmare on Elm Street
Yeah.
or Total Recall. They make a new one and it's like,
Yeah.
or The Running Man. I haven't seen the new
Yeah.
Running Man, but I know that's the criticism it has. Where
Hmm.
the '80s one with Arnold Schwarzenegger was very cheesy, but it was
Yeah.
fun and it was cool. And now it's like a normal movie, and it's like, okay, it's just it just there's not as much fun to it, right? I don't. They could have done something more imaginative with Jason rather
Yeah.
than going back to just yeah, he stabs people with machetes. And they did
Yeah.
try something new with him setting traps and that kind of thing. And
Exactly.
they
Yeah. I was
they
gonna
they
say.
they
Yeah.
tried. I don't want to trash their efforts because they kind of tried, but overall the movie was like, yep, that's a 80s slasher that was shot in 2009. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I did like the fact that they made him a little smarter and they made him do traps and he was a lot crueler in this movie. He was a lot meaner, more mean-spirited. In the in the first four movies, before we started getting wild in the Friday the 13th series, he was brutal in the respect that he was just unapologetically just mowing down people. But he wasn't going about it in a way where it looked like he was taking pleasure out of it. He was just killing. He saw somebody, boom, they're dead. He killed them. In this one, he was kind of getting off on being mean a little bit, I think. And he became a kidnapper, which was so weird. Why did he kidnap? Other than the fact she had a locket with his picture and his mother's picture in it, but he kidnapped one of his victims, which I thought was odd.
Yeah, I didn't like that, and I didn't. I get it that it's not. I can't fault them for trying something new where
Yeah,
we see Jason's underground lair and we kind of
yeah,
see him doing stuff around the house. Yeah, and he kidnaps this woman and keeps her prisoner. It, it's okay. I mean, I think that's more. I don't think that's a bad choice. It's just a
yeah.
choice I didn't really like so much.
Hmm.
I just like him being this mysterious man that lives in these woods and he pops up. You never really see his house. He kind of did in part two,
Yeah,
but since then you don't. I kind of like that better now. Like he'll kind of torture people a little bit and stuff.
yeah,
Which, funny enough, it almost makes him more human.
yeah.
Like he has human motivations where he just takes pleasure in this violence. Where before he was just kind of like a mindless killer.
He
In
was
this
more of
one,
a unstoppable force in the previous movies.
yeah, and
Yeah,
now he's just like a really tough serial killer kind of
yeah,
thing. And like the opening scene was kind of cool. They basically like parts one to three of the
yeah,
original series. They sum up in this one. They do the whole mother getting beheaded was like before the opening credits or something,
yep,
and then they do the potato sack on the head
yeah,
next, and then he gets the hockey mask, and then he has that for the rest of it. Which it's like that's okay, but it's just like there's not that many memorable kills in this. Like the opening scene where he sets the big bear trap, and then he's got the person hanging in a
yeah,
sleeping bag over the fire, torturing them. That was
yeah.
kind
That
of
was
cool.
interesting.
And then he has the one where he stabs the chick in the head
Yeah,
through the dock, and then like
yeah,
brings her up. That was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Other than that, I can't even really remember any of the kills. Like they were all just standard kills. There was no like imagination to them.
There was one that I remember that I liked quite a bit, and that was where he was in his shack. He was stabbing up through the floorboards, in between the floorboards.
Oh, right, right, right.
I thought that was pretty cool, and he kept getting the guy. You know what I mean? He just kept getting him every so often, and then he finally got him really good. But I thought that one was pretty cool. Other than that, yeah, I mean, when he got the axe towards the end and he started axing people like Jason would, like I thought that was pretty neat too. But this was mainly a cast of TV actors as well. So this is mainly people who have been on television and not in movies. There are a lot of recognizable faces too. Um, Ryan Hansen was in it. His hair always annoys me from that time period. The blonde guy who got the arrow through his eye on the boat
Oh, okay, yeah.
from Party Down. He's been on a bunch of shows. Ben, what's his face from Superstore, was the guy was the star of Superstore, John on Superstore. Ben
Yeah, I
Feldman,
didn't
or
watch it.
think it is. He was one of the guys at the beginning who was looking for the weed
Oh, okay.
in the woods. He was a guy who went into the bear trap, so he's a huge TV star now. That guy. Um, Sammy from Supernatural, of course,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Dan
yeah, yeah.
and Danielle Panabaker from The Flash. So two future CW stars, along with Derek Mears, who played Jason, who played Swamp Thing in CW's remake of Swamp Thing
Oh, okay.
that came out in 2019. It was actually a really good show. But yeah, it was mostly almost everyone on this show was a TV actor and not a movie actor, and I thought it still ended up being really good. Like a lot of times, TV acting and movie acting, they're different sensibilities, but in this case, I thought it came through really well.
Yeah, like the acting was
Mm,
fine. It was well done. Like it had,
mm.
you know, you say that part where the Jason stabbing up through the floor. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
that was a cool suspenseful bit.
yeah,
Like everything was well done. It was just missing something. And I think their point was the Jason series got ridiculous by the time he was in space and it got too
yeah,
campy. They want to go back to basics. But in doing that, they lost something. They just lost the imagination. The same thing
yeah,
with the Nightmare on Elm Street remake,
yeah,
which was way worse than that. This is way better than Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
for
give it
sure.
that. But it's just like when it was over, it was like like yeah, that was good. I guess it just I would have almost rather it have been worse of a movie, but more fun. Just I just miss that like
Yeah,
creative kills. There's all sorts of crazy, wacky characters. This one is more realistic, but it ended up becoming more bland. It was just
yeah,
like if I had to watch, just pick one of the movies to watch, it's rarely going to be this one. The only time I watch this one is when I watch the entire series.
hmm.
But if I just feel like watching someone or I watch it with someone else, it's never going to be this one. It's just not as fun. Like I'd pick one of the ones that's cooler.
For this review is the first time I had ever seen it. I'd never watched it up to this
Oh,
point. Just like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, I'd never watched that up until the point where we reviewed that one
oh,
too.
okay.
I don't know why. I think it just wasn't interested. I think there's so many more things out there now to enjoy that I didn't. The general consensus was that people didn't like it, so I didn't bother.
Yeah.
And up to this point, I had never even reviewed the Friday the 13th movies because I kind of felt like they were all the same. Now, going back after retroactively watching all of them, I don't feel that way any longer, but that's the impression that I had, and that's probably the reason why I'd never watched this one up to this point. It did have
Yeah.
some funny stuff in it though, but I think if they wanted to get back to basics and have a good movie, they should have, like you said, keep it fun. They should have set it in a summer camp with counselors and campers there and have him do like they did in what you guys did in Grotesque and Grotesque 2 with the church camp, and have him kill people creatively, kill the counselors creatively, uh, and just, back to Friday the 13th basics, the summer camp slasher.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think even after Jason Goes to Hell, because I'm pretty sure Jason Goes to Hell it wasn't directed by Sean Cunningham,
No.
but I think he wrote it, and he was kind of like they took my series in a weird direction, so he's like, I'm gonna retake it over and do something fresh. And I think he even said at the time he's like I thought that people were sick of the whole Jason at summer camp thing, and they wanted something different. After making Jason Goes to Hell, he's like I realized that I was wrong.
Yeah.
People wanted they wanted Jason at the camp. So this one, yeah, they go back to basics, and it wasn't like summer camp counselors, but it was still young people at a house on the
Yeah.
lake. So it was it was similar in that respect. The
Hmm.
characters seemed more real. They weren't like the one note characters where
Right.
you have the jock and the nerd and the preppy girl and all that. These people seemed more real, but the characters were just less memorable and less fun. Like I can remember how a couple of them looked, but they're I don't know, they're not as memorable of characters, I don't think.
The guy who is Sammy from Supernatural was playing Sammy from Supernatural, basically.
Yeah, he was
The
the
brother.
Jason Hunter guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he was looking for his sister who was kidnapped,
Yeah,
but
his sister
yeah.
was kidnapped in the opening scene. He was very similar to the guy in Friday the 13th Part 4,
Yeah.
it was basically that six kind of same character.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the funniest or the most fun character in this movie we only saw for a few minutes, and that was the attendant at the shop, who was working at the convenience store in Crystal Lake, where Sammy was trying to put up a poster of his sister. I'm going to keep calling him Sammy, by the way, for everybody. I know that that's not who he was. He was like Cody or Colt or something. I'm going to call him Sammy because he's Sammy. He'll always be Sammy. But he wants to put up a poster about his with his missing sister, and the guy says that he'll have to check with the owner of the store, who's a bit of a, and he doesn't give a word. He just farts audibly, like real loud. He's a bit of a, and I thought that was very funny and very out of place, and it's such an odd decision. Like, not he's a bit of an asshole or anything. They just decided, okay, this guy's gonna fart. Very strange.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so overall, what would you give this movie?
I gave this one, I think I give it, I'm floating between a 6 and 7. I haven't finalized my review of it yet, but
Uh,
I'm thinking probably a 7. If you take the Friday the 13th skin off of it, it would be better. Or maybe
yeah,
it's a 6 with the skin on it and a 7 if you take it off.
I'd probably go 5.5. Like I think it's a little bit better than, Dead Center. Like it's pretty good.
Hmm.
And it's also like we haven't had any Friday the 13th since then.
Yeah.
So this is the last thing we have, and whether or not, like, I don't really care about the TV show or anything like that. Like, I want a straight up Jason movie,
Yeah.
and it just hasn't been done since, and who knows if it ever will. Um, it's same with with Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like I hate having the remakes are the last thing we've had, so we've kind
Yeah.
of ended on a kind of a downer note.
You brought up something interesting there now. Did you ever watch the Friday the 13th show?
Though, yeah, the one that has nothing to do with Jason. No, I never
Oh,
watched it.
neither did I. But apparently, a lot of, at least if you were to believe my Facebook friend group, or the people who read my reviews on Facebook, a lot of Americans watched that very Canadian television show. And they feel that Jason Goes to Hell was kind of an extension of the television show. I never watched it. And I also never watched Freddy's Nightmares, another very Canadian show, Canadian made, Canadian produced, that led, an offshoot of the series.
Yeah, I just always hated the fact when I was young, I like heard, oh, there's a Friday the 13th show.
Yeah.
Until you look into it and it's like it's just called that. It has absolutely nothing to it's not even it's like about an occult
And occult
um
shop, right? I think I saw
shop.
1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, apparently it's pretty good, but it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the show, so or the movies, so I just ignored it. But
Yeah.
that's an interesting thing to point out.
Yeah, I might have to watch them at some point in time. But it's weird how many Americans watch these very Canadian shows.
Yeah, that's good.
The Canadians don't watch it because we're like, I recognize all those actors. Ah.
All right, so
Right?
we did the entire series. So overall, I still even the bad ones I still like. I like
Yeah.
them all. I like the whole series. I think it's very well done. It holds a
Mhm.
special place in my heart among any slasher fan. I think would definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know any slasher fans that hate this series. It would just
No.
wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
People have different favorites. There's people that hate one, hate the other, or that kind of thing. But overall, I think it's a wonderful series, and it was great to discuss it with you.
Yeah. I thought a lot of fun. My mom's favorite is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom watched the first one a whole bunch of times. She's a bit weird like me, so she liked that one. But yeah, I don't think, like you, I don't think that there was. There was only one that I gave below five in the bunch. For the most part, the series is very well done, very well produced, like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And I'm looking forward to getting to our next series that we're going to do on my channel, which is the Halloween movies.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching some of them again. Some of them I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna watch. I don't know if I'm gonna watch them again, but
You know
we'll
what?
discuss that when the time comes.
You're going to be so surprised to hear this. Everyone's going to be shocked and they're going to unsubscribe from my channel when they hear that I've never even watched the Rob Zombie ones at all.
Oh, well, now is your chance. Now you have an excuse to.
Exactly. And
Cool.
now
All
everyone's
right.
unsubscribing. They're all hitting the button saying, "This guy never watched the Rob Zombie movies."
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to Ben's channel so that you
And Brandon's
can,
channel.
and my channel too. Um, so you can see those
Yeah.
the Halloween review
Yeah.
whenever we do them. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. Yeah, it'll be soon.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.